Another week of Gridiron Bowl picks. Here we are, Wilson Toyota Scion, 2212 South Duff Avenue. You know, there's a lot of things I can get into right now, but I'm just going to leave them alone because I know you don't want to talk about it, right? You know, you got a couple picks in there last week. I told you not to pick them. You picked them anyway. Now you got to be feeling a little sorry for yourself.
I'm a little bit sorry feeling for myself at this point. Of the three possible games that have been the contest so far, I missed two of them. I think it's an educational problem in the state of Illinois, where I'm from. I think it proves once again the educational system in Illinois is broken.
I don't think that's it. I think it's the age gap that's hurting you here. But that's all right. We're not going to get into that. Listen, here's a nice thing about these picks every week. Now you get the opportunity to redeem yourself. Yes. So here we go. We're going to get right back into it. All right, guys, here we go. Gridiron Bowl picks, week 2. Mr. Wagner, let's roll.
Okay, we have 16 contests for the week 2 bowl games. We're going to highlight 9 of them. The rest of them, hey, you got to be on your own, I guess, because we're going to talk about 9 of them. Maybe listen to what I say and then pick the opposite. The first game that we're going to look at is the Independence Bowl, and that's in Shreveport, Louisiana. And that is a 7-5 Missouri team against a 7-5 North Carolina team. I'm going to make this one quick, easy. Missouri, as much as you may not like them because of their evacuation to the SEC, they're still in the Big 12 at this point. For the Missouri fans, it's a close drive to Shreveport. I'm picking Mizzou.
You're taking Mizzou. That's great. I got one question for you. Can Harrison Barnes play football? No, he can't play football. But I'll tell you who can. They got a freshman out there in North Carolina. His name is Giovanni Bernard. This kid can absolutely run. He averages over 1,200 yards this week. I'm just saying that to set you up for this. No, I'm not taking Carolina. I'm taking Missouri. You kidding me? Listen, I understand they're leaving the Big 12. Too much muscle coming out of this team. They're good. They only got, they got 5 losses. You take away that Arizona State loss. They lost to Oklahoma. They lost to Baylor. They lost to Okie State. And they lost to Kane State. You got it right. Listen, I'm taking Missouri. I know I was setting you up. You thought I was taking North Carolina, but
I thought you could pick up one of my losses.
Unless Harrison Barnes is playing tight end, I got to take Missouri.
And also, when Missouri played ASU was a good football team then. They kind of dwindled as the year went on.
You're going to hold on to that ASU team, aren't you?
ASU is my second team here. The next one we're going to go to is the Little Caesars Bowl, and that is at Ford Field in Detroit. That's Purdue at 6-6 out of the Big Ten.
We're not playing that game.
Michigan.
We're not playing that game.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? No, we're not playing. We're going to Cal, Texas.
Purdue.
What are you doing?
That's your blind shot of the day here. Okay.
We will go to the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, okay. We're going to go to the Holiday Bowl, and that's California out of the Pac-12 and Texas. Mac Brown. Interesting sidelight there, Tron. I'll let you get into this one. But we'll go ahead. I'm going to pick Texas. 6th place team in the Big 12 is probably still better than most teams. They're 24th in the nation. They're number 6 in the Big 12. That's a pretty good set of numbers there. Mac Brown, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this right here, I'm calling this the battle of the 12. The Pac-12 versus the Big 12. Cal is not a cupcake team, don't get me wrong. They got both a rusher and a receiver that averages over 1,200 yards this year. So they're not a good team. My question is this: what happened to Texas? I thought Texas was a great school. I tell you the problem down there. I agree with you. Mac Brown, he's in, this is going to be a tough game. He loses this game, there's going to be a lot of questions. Here's what I don't understand. $5 million a year, and you're only 7-5? Hey, dude, not on my dime. You got the wrong dollar here. I can't go against these guys because you do got the little McCoy and the Shipley brothers, but I'm going to tell you this. Unless they can go out frying Ricky Williams' little cousin, they're going to have a problem being in the top 10 next week. They'll win this game because they have to. They just got a lot of talent. I don't think that Cal can stop them. I think Mac Brown goes down there and proves that he is the coach that he is. So I'm taking Texas. But listen, Mac, you need to be finding Ricky Williams' cousin or Vince Young's little niece or nephew or something like that. You need all the help you can get, my friend.
Okay, after that, we're going to go to the Champs Bowl game. And that one, for one of my cohorts here at Wilson Toyota, that's a tough pick. Dan Carney has been prompting me all week on how to pick this game. This is Florida State against Notre Dame. Both 8-4 teams, both a situation type schedule. They're both ranked going into the year. Didn't have the year they wanted. I'm going to pick Florida State. They beat Florida the last game of the year. I think they're maybe on the upswing. I don't know about the Golden Dome, the Notre Dame team. So take it from there.
You taking Florida State, huh?
I am.
All right, buddy. Not so fast, my friend. Absolutely not. I'm not taking Florida State. Listen, this team is fourth in the nation in points.
So are you going to take Notre Dame?
You got doggone right I'm taking Notre Dame. You better believe. Listen, this team, Florida State team, they're a fluke. They didn't really have a good year. They played a couple teams, but that's all right. Here's the question I have. This kid, Tyler Eifert over there at Notre Dame, the kid is 6'6". Listen, good luck trying to match up with this kid. Notre Dame just got a bad rep. Listen, they smacked Michigan State, who was number 15 at that point. You look at that team, you turn around. Listen, this team has played a good season. They're going to be all right this year. I'm taking the golden helmet. That's right. Bling, bling on my head. I'm taking Notre Dame.
It's going to be a tough game, so be careful out there when you pick that one.
Take Notre Dame. This is the same guy that didn't take Louisiana Lafayette.
I've proven to not know what's going on, so maybe you should listen to try. The next game we have is the Valero Alamo Bowl, and we start once again with another Big 12 team, and this is RG3, and the Baylor Bears against Washington, and for the local flair on Gene Chiswick's strength and conditioning staff, Torrey Becton is now strength and conditioning at Washington. And having talked to him within the last couple of weeks, he says they're getting better every week. So are they good enough to beat the Bears?
I don't care if they got a Hulk Hogan on their strength and conditioning. They can get Ronnie Coleman, Mr. Olympia on their strength and conditioning. It just doesn't matter. You know why? RG3. Are you kidding me? You even going to have a conversation about Washington playing Baylor? This kid had 4,000 yards in passing, another 700 yards. This is the kid's second on his team in rushing. And you absolutely sit here and even say Washington. I'm not even going to say Washington in everything I have to say. Listen, I'm going to say this. RG3. I'm going to say Terrence Ganaway. I'm going to say listen, they don't have an answer for this Baylor team. Not only is it going to be bad, it's going to be really bad. But I got a worse team. I'm not saying they're going to be the pounding. I'm just saying Washington, listen, they got a better chance of getting struck by lightning twice. It ain't going to happen. RG3, Baylor all the way. Next.
Obviously, before I go on with it, letting him have these tirades, I also picked the Baylor Bears. Because working for Mr. Danny Wilson, you know which way that pick's got to go.
It can go whatever way you want it to go. I'm just strictly saying,
okay.
Washington doesn't want to play this game. They just don't have an answer. Baylor's just got Mr. Heisman. The kid believes in Superman and the Incredible Hulk. Are you kidding me?
I know, that's pretty weird, isn't it?
Baylor all the way, my friend.
Okay, we're going to go on to the New Era Pinstripe Bowl in New York City. How about that for a weather choice? Huh? I'm going to take, obviously, Iowa State.
Wow.
So you've got something to add to that, I'm sure.
That's just it. Just like that.
That's it. I'm taking
just like that. Well, listen to this, my bowl friends. Listen, don't be blind to this team. This team's 8-4. You know, they got two quarterbacks with over 1,000 yards in passing. This isn't a cupcake team. I'll tell you one thing they are missing, though. Coach Paul Rhodes. You kidding me? Listen. This guy is just good at what he does. He gets the kids, they play well. I'm going to read this to you. This came right out of the paper. Trust me, I didn't write this. Let me tell you what's going to happen here. Anytime, anywhere, Iowa State can win any game. When they have double H KO blocks for JB, it allows DD to HH, and under the Doctor Who can run down the street with WWWD, which means White, Woody, and Duck. Holy crap, I can't even read anymore. The point that I'm saying is this. Yeah. This team has too much talent. The kids believe that they can win this ball game. They're going to go down there. Now listen, again, don't be blind. This is Rutgers. They're a good team. Yeah, they're a really tough team. And let's not forget, this is pretty much a home game for Rutgers. They're right in their own backyard. It's going to be a tough game, but anytime you got Coach Paul Rhodes, it's hard to beat this team.
I'll go for that.
We go down to the Pinstripe Bowl, which is cold. You guys have been better off playing in Jack Trice Stadium. We're going to get better weather. You kidding me? It's going to be freezing out there. But you know, it's going to be nice to go down and see Yankee Stadium. Yep. They're going to go down and win. Bring back the Pinstripe Bowl, which I saw at the basketball game yesterday. It's pretty cool.
Neat. Yep. Okay, we're moving on to the Insight Bowl, and that's the Iowa Hawkeyes against Oklahoma. Now, that's not as easy a pick as it might go for. I'm going to pick Oklahoma, hoping that somehow they wake up and play a complete football game. They haven't for about the last 3 or 4. We got Landry Jones with problems. Broyles obviously is a great receiver. He's out. But speak a little wisdom to me on the Oklahoma-Iowa Hawkeye matchup here.
I got some wisdom for you. I looked and looked. I dug deep. I went under trees. I went under cars. I tried all I could try to my 2 Hawkeye friends in the nation. I hate to do this to you, but the truth is this. You got it right. This is the pounding of the week. I don't care what you say. Listen, it's going to take a whole bunch of ex-Iowa players to get down there and stop this Oklahoma team. They've been embarrassed all year. They got a point to prove. They don't need Ryan Broyles to pound Iowa. Yes, I understand. You know, we can get into the Kirk Ferentz always plays close. Kirk Ferentz does this. Kirk Ferentz does it. Kirk Ferentz ain't playing. Okay, here's the deal. Oklahoma's got a point to prove. They got too much talent. They're too big. They're too fast. Not only are they going to beat Iowa, I don't think the spread at 16 is big enough. They're going to beat the living stew out of the Hawkeyes. I hate to say that because I look for something else on the schedule. You got it right. Pick it right here. Pound another week. The Hawks go down. Yep. I'm sorry to my 2 Hawkeye friends in the world, but your team's going to get pounded.
Uh-oh. Man, with that in mind, here we go to another matchup with a Big Ten team, Northwestern, and a team that's going to leave the Big 12, but they're currently still in the Big 12. We got a coaching change at A&M. Got a dynamic young coach coming in, and I'm going to pick A&M. I think they've got, even though, that being said, Northwestern is a tough team to play because their offense, it's kind of funky, and you can't, they kind of run goofy patterns and things like that. So it's going to be a close game. I'm taking Texas A&M to maybe redeem themselves a little bit. It's also played in Houston. So that Northwestern's not in Houston. They're in Evanston, Illinois.
I'm flip-flopping here because I'm a little lost here. I came into this video, I told myself I'm taking A&M because I think they're a good team. A&M has an issue. They take from the halftime. You know what? We got a guy that works here. He goes to lunch, comes back. He doesn't do anything after lunch. That's the problem with A&M. It's gonna hurt me to say that I'm taking Northwestern, but I'm taking Northwestern here. They're a savvy team. They remind me a lot of Boise State. They run a lot of quick speed, things like that. They're a little slow. Yes, I would like to take A&M, but I'm not going to. I'm taking Northwestern because you're taking A&M.
Good. That's good. Maybe I have an opportunity to pick up some ground here.
No, you should switch your pick too.
Okay, well maybe I should do that. Okay, we have the next game that we're going to highlight is in AT&T Park in San Francisco, and that's Illinois, once again, Big Ten, and UCLA, Pac-12, and UCLA's coach, Illinois' coach, so we've got 2 situations. Coaches are gone. Both teams would probably be rather at Aunt Mildred's eating turkey with them. We'll see which team actually shows up. I'm taking UCLA partly because the farther I can distance myself from Illinois, the better off I am.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Anytime you name a bowl, what is it? Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. That's kind of weird. I don't know who really came up with that. Kraft
People in San Francisco.
You know what? I had to look down and read what the bowl name was. That's how interested I am in this game.
Yeah.
You got it. I looked on the schedule. You got it exactly right. This is going to be my goofy pick because I don't really care. I think they're both terrible teams. But I'm going to take Illinois.
0-0 tie.
I'm taking Illinois because the only way that I can... No, you can't get 0-0. How many overtimes do you get before it's a tie?
I don't know.
I don't know, but if it's 0-0, do you go into overtime?
I don't care.
It doesn't really matter. I'm taking Illinois because both teams, neither one of them are good. I don't even know how they got into a bowl game. But anyway, I'll take Illinois just because I didn't want to take UCLA. Neither one of them have a coach. Listen, how they getting there?
I don't know. Who's gonna call the shots? That's what I'd like to know. There's no bad man on either team.
I'm taking Illinois just because he took UCLA. I think the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl is a great cause if they're doing it. If it is what it sounds like it is, hopefully a lot of people go so they can feed homeless kids and kids that need food. Other than that, I don't think I would be going to that bowl game.
We should show up.
No, I'm not
Get
showing
some
up.
ribs.
No, they don't got ribs. It's Kraft macaroni and cheese. Okay, here's the deal. I'm taking Illinois here because listen, neither one of them have coaches. Who cares about these teams?
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? This whole game is goofy.
It is goofy. That is right. Okay, our last one that we're going to impart any wisdom at all on you folks, and that'll be Auburn and Virginia. On the surface, it looks like Auburn should run away with this game, beat Virginia. I know that with this being played in the Georgia Dome, Gene Chizik's group will be 180 miles from home, so they'll have a good contingent of SEC people. Virginia, and maybe. I'm picking Auburn, partly because of the location, partly because they've got to get that thing going again. Auburn has kind of been going all year.
I am truly entrenched in Ames, Iowa. You're a loser, baby. Are you kidding me? Listen, I wouldn't take Gene Chicklets. I don't care who he's playing. He could be playing, you know, anybody, you name it. He could be playing a women's lacrosse team. I'm still taking whoever's playing Auburn. Listen, Gene, unless you went out and find yourself a high-dollar running back, you're in trouble, my friend.
High-dollar?
I'm taking
by that?
You know what I mean by high-dollar.
A little inflection in the cheating part.
Well, listen. You heard me last week. If it walks, talks, it is. That's just what it is. Listen,
okay.
man, Cam Newton. Now, I'm not even gonna go there. Forget about it. Listen, I don't like Chiswick. I ain't taking Chiswick, and I want Auburn to beat the dust. So you're right. I'm taking Virginia. You know what's sad?
Back to that thing on the duck and the walks like and talks like. Wait a minute now. How could Mississippi State offer the guy $250,000? They got in trouble for it, and they got outbid, and that school didn't get in trouble. That duck better start walking the other line.
I'm not getting into that.
Okay.
You stirred the pot. You stirred the pot. I'm just saying that, you know, if I get a brand new church and I didn't have any money, there's some issues going on. And I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying allegedly. Allegedly. There were some issues going on. But here, even more than that, Virginia's a great ball club. I know you get a rap first time when you say Auburn, people automatically think that this team can go and they can beat a lot of teams. That was last year. They no longer have Cam Newton. They don't really have anybody. They got beat by a lot of mediocre teams this year. So you know what? They're going down. They're going to play Virginia. They're going to have an issue. I'm taking Virginia. And if you want to be right, you make sure you take Virginia too. I'm going to help all you pickers out there. Listen, don't listen to Kent. He steered you the wrong way last time. He's going to steer you the wrong way this time. This is what you do. You go to www.aimstrib.com. You go to www.wilsonofames.com. And for all you Cyclone fanatics, go to cyclonefanatics.com. Log on to Gridiron Bowl Picks. Pick your picks. Go with what I'm going with if you want to win. If you want to be a loser, baby, then you go with his picks. So I'm calling it the way it is. I haven't lost a game yet. He's down two games already. I'll tell you this. If you want to win, roll with me. If you want to lose, roll with him. I'm trying.
I'm Ken, but we're going to have a lot of fun.
That's a cut.